I would love to start with the behind of this book, whereby you're seeing that illustration. And when you open the book, you will get in the middle there the divine economy. And other parts, the skeletal parts, which is talking of law, order, transformation, then human spirit. Of course, like any other human being, either you believe in God or not, at least there is something you believe in. And you always take that thing to be divine to you. So, in the first place, when I received this book, most of the people normally refer to what is divine as something supreme. So I was like, how is this guy looking at the economy to be defined? And yet, people, in their common way of understanding, they look at something which is divine, like maybe God. For the Muslims, they call Allah. So I was like in that category of understanding. But to bring to the view of this book, it says economy. That the meaning of that divine economy. It looks at economy that for us it is beyond our own understanding. The economy, it is beyond our understanding, but it is being corrupted by the interventions of those or the fellow human beings, which are what? In existence. So, he talked of the skeletal view of this thing in the first chapter, and there he brought about the two-dimensional model. And in the two-dimensional model, there's that thing of reciprocity and symmetry. What does it mean? The book is trying to say that reciprocity is an act of like exchanging things for mutual benefits. It is saying that, assuming me I have something that I have and maybe you are in need of, then maybe I also have yours. We can exchange and all of us are what? Benefiting. Then symmetry is like, assuming we have been given some amount of money. You don't take the bigger picture of the money, but of course you need to what? Divide, make it proportional, equally. That is in the two-dimensional model. And then, on that, he went to what we call the modus operandi of the what? The divine economy, where he added on the law, the transformation, human spirit, and order. In the human spirit, how we act in the economy, our actions should be purposeful. I have a question always I like asking people that what is the worst thing on earth? You'll find people saying losing loved ones, death, sickness, but to me I think the worst thing on earth is to live a life without a purpose. And that is what this book is talking about. Human spirit, you have that spirit in you. How do you act upon it? To either create an economy, maybe for yourself, for your family, and for the rest of people. That is what it is in that human spirit, the actions. Our actions should be purposeful. And then we talked of transformation. Transformation, whereby he gave in the modus operandi the capital structure. In Uganda here we have the capital, we have the oil, we have the diamond, we have the gold, we have whatsoever. Even you as a normal person, assuming you've got a new job, you start saving. But how do you use that kind of saving? The capital structure. We are seeing those countries which are developed, but there is a way they used their capital in a good way, rationally, through saving, and then later, after saving, you invest. When you invest, you're creating employment, and in that employment, all the people that you're employing, they are also progressing. You never know, they might also keep on what? Be saving and as well invest. So it will bring that interconnection in this economy. Like when you see these things, we have the divine economy in the middle, but there is interconnections between all these. The law, the order, the human spirit, and transformation. All these things, they are interconnected, if you are to see from this diagram. And that is the meaning of that thing. Then he talked of the law, and that is having property rights. When you have your properties, there should be rights over it. It may not be only property, but it is also part of what? Human rights. You have the rights, the freedom of expression, the freedom to do something, the freedom to engage in your businesses, the freedom to do everything. You have that free will. That is what the book is talking about to me. Then the order, we brought that aspect of the market. The market is a social place where buyers and sellers interact normally. And now, like for us, assuming now we are in the market, we are socially interacting with each other. Oh, there is order. I'm presenting here, but I'm seeing all of us. We are what? In order, because we are listening to what is being presented. So like in a market, it is not necessarily that market, but our order is presented in the economy. Then let me leave that one. And then basing on that, he talked of knowing and acting. As human beings, you already know you're exposed. You have your hectare of lands. Maybe you have some small amount of money. You are networking, social capital. You know a lot. Now, after knowing those things, what can you do? I am in a certain movement called YCS. They base on the motto that see, judge, and act. You see what is there. You first judge it, conceptualize, visualize, do everything that is possible. Then you act upon it. Assuming you are seeing an opportunity at your local place. There is something that people are demanding, but there is no one who has ever invested in it. You already know the opportunity. Why don't you see? Why don't you judge? You keep asking, doing a lot of market research. Then after you come with the action. That is what it is meaning. Then it went to the three-dimensional model on that first, in that same very first, chapter, whereby he talked of latent, entrepreneurship, and active. When something which is latent, it is in static form. It is at rest. Assuming you are an entrepreneur, before you do anything, you are just there, meaning you don't do anything. But now, take for instance, when you are an active entrepreneur, when you look at the factors of production, there are four. An entrepreneur is the person who organizes all these factors of production. Now, assuming you are in a latent state, meaning you want to be able to what? To utilize these factors of production. But assuming that active mind is alerted into your mind, you become active, you start investing, you start organizing those factors of production to make those productions of goods and services. And then also, in the fourth dimension, it talked of something to do with the poles of unity and justice. And I believe justice is brought about in a situation whereby there is non-violence and non-coercion. To summarize, yeah. In this place, assuming, like take for instance in Uganda, if you are allowed to exercise your freedom, there is justice to do anything. And of course, you can do those things as long as it is within the law. Then unity is like coming together, understanding in the same angle and working upon it. Then in chapter 2, where it is talking about watching your dreams come true. Some of us may be having talents which are untapped. Others, you're already exercising them. But due to maybe the narrow minds, you tend just to ignore others. But now, this one is saying, how do you watch your dreams coming true? How do you watch them coming true? Some of us have friends and they say, this friend doesn't have added a value to me. But this friend is having a value to me. So I think it is our capabilities, basing on the laws, the order, the transformation, and what have you. There should be flexibility in every walks of life in order to make your dreams come true. People to really come up, everybody to come up together. Assuming now you are a manager, you should always act nicely to all the employees. And then lastly, on the chapter 4, which is saying, see how you can fit. I think that one now depends on your contribution to the economy. It can be your sovereign contribution, but as well, like now, if someone who is not land come here, will that person really fit here? I don't think it is possible. But at least, now it is upon you to decide upon yourself that in this economy, or maybe the way the trend is going, the fashions of the world, how it is going, how am I fitting? If not, what am I supposed to do? Thank you.